Benvenuti! Welcome to 500 useful phrases in Italian. So we have talked about traveling, we have talked about business, we have talked about eating, going to restaurants, and we have talked about the vocabulary related to shopping. So today we're gonna talk about school. So the phrases for school, le frasi per la scuola. As always, I always recommend you to repeat the sentences right after me in order to practice your pronunciation of the words. So we're gonna explore different phrases related to school, the objects in the school, and phrases that a teacher can say or the student. Okay, so let's start. The first one is I need help. So here you have two options. The first one is ho bisogno di aiuto. To need, ho bisogno. Or a very common sentence could be ho bisogno di una mano. That literally means I need a hand, and that means I need help. Then, do you need help? Same thing here, we use the same vocabulary, so hai bisogno di aiuto? Or hai bisogno di una mano? Okay? And this sentence can refer also to other contexts than school. Is she here? È qui? We have already seen here, that is qui. She is not here, non è qui. I remind you that to make a negative sentence in Italian, the only thing you need to do is to place non in front of the verb. Good luck, buona fortuna. Same thing here, you can use this sentence in basically every context where you want to say good luck. Buona fortuna. Do you understand it? Hai capito? Hai capito? I don't understand, non ho capito. So as we have said before, you just need to place non in front of the verb. You have to do your homework. Devi fare I compiti. Homework is compiti, and it's always plural in Italian, okay? Have to, devi. To do, fare. I have to do my homework. Devo fare I compiti. You could have said devo fare I miei as my, compiti, but it's way more common to say devo fare I compiti. I forgot it. Here you have two options. So the first option needs to be used if there is a boy talking. The second option refers to girls talking. So if it was a man saying that, the sentence would be me ne sono dimenticato. If it was a woman, a girl, me ne sono dimenticata, with an A at the end. What did you say? Here you have two options, but they're not related to the gender of the speaker, to the sex of the speaker, but they are related to who you're talking to. So for example, in Italy, it's very common and it's actually almost mandatory to be very respectful towards the teacher. So for example, from middle school until high school and university, you always use the formal way to talk to teachers, okay? So for example, this sentence could be asked to a teacher, but could be asked also to a classmate. So if you're talking to a classmate, there is no reason to be formal. In that case, you would ask, che hai detto? If this question is asked to the teacher, then you would say, che ha detto? That's the formal form of the sentence. I said, ho detto che, literally, I said that. I love having her in my class. Or I love having him in my class. So let's do first I love having him in my class. Adoro averlo, with an O at the end, nella mia classe, in my class. If it was I love having her, adoro averla, with an A at the end. I think now you have understood a little bit the mechanism. Nella mia classe. I think he needs more help, or she needs more help. In this case, we actually do not make any distinction because, as I have already said, in Italian we do not use subjects. So actually the sentence doesn't change if you're talking about a man, a boy, or a girl, okay? Of course, if you want to specify, then you would use the subject. So, penso che abbia bisogno di un aiuto in più. Penso che abbia bisogno di un aiuto in più. Great. He or she never turns anything in. Here is the same thing. So if you don't have to use the subject, then the sentence doesn't really change because the conjugation of the verb doesn't change. Of course, if you want to be specific, then you would use the subject. So lui for he, lei for she. But basically the sentence he, she never turns anything in would be non consegna mai niente. Never, mai. I would like to go over your grades. Vorrei discutere dei tuoi voti. Grades, voti. Speak louder. Parla più forte. Più forte, louder. So maybe you have already noticed how we make the comparative form in Italian. So basically we add più in front of the adjective. Più forte, louder. Lower your voice, abbassa la voce. Have a good day, buona giornata. What does something mean? Che vuol dire something? Che vuol dire something? So what does mean something? So in that case, the object that you're asking a question about is after the verb, okay? Sit down, siediti, siediti. Stand up, the opposite, alzati. What is the problem? Qual è il problema? Qual è il problema? Is it hard for you? Ti risulta difficile? Hard, difficile. Is it easy for you? The opposite. Ti risulta facile? Facile, easy. He or she misses classes a lot. Here, same thing. So the subject is not needed, but in that way the sentence will become more generic. Of course, as I have already said, if you want to specify if you're talking about a girl or a boy, then you add the subject. Lui for he, lei for she. But in general, the sentence would be fa molte assenze. Misses classes in Italian is fare assenze. What's your English level? Qual è il tuo livello di inglese? I speak a little Italian. Parlo poco italiano. Once again, this is a sentence that you can use in every context, not only in school. Keep your hands to yourself. Tieni le mani a posto. The hands, mani. We have already seen the singular form of this noun, mano. Vuoi una mano? Do you want some help? Turn around, girati. Please try, provaci per favore. Watch your language or watch your mouth. Modera il linguaggio. That would literally mean like adjust your language. Face front, girati davanti. That's a very common sentence that you hear in class. Spit out your gum, butta la gomma. Raise your head, alza la testa. Pretty common sentence if someone is sleepy in class. May I get a drink of water? Posso avere dell'acqua? Posso avere dell'acqua? Water, acqua. We have already seen this word before. Can I go through the bathroom? Posso andare al bagno? Or posso andare in bagno? That's the same. Bathroom, bagno. Bring me your work. Portami il tuo lavoro. Bring me, portami is just one word in Italian. So here we have, are you hungry? As a question. We could translate this sentence into Italian, but actually it's way more common to ask the question in a different way, using the verb to have. So, do you have hunger? That would be the more common sentence in Italian. And that would be, hai fame? Same thing here. Are you sleepy? Hai sonno? Are you thirsty? Once again, that's the same thing. Hai sete? Do not forget, if you're asking this question, for example, in a text, to put the H in front of the A, because that's the verb to have. Are you cold? Same thing. Hai freddo? So in these cases, we always use the verb to have. Are you hot? Hai caldo? Have you finished the homework? Hai finito i compiti? As I have already suggested, compiti is always plural in Italian, homework. Don't eat in class. That's a very common sentence in class. Non si mangia in classe. Class, classe, pretty similar. Don't drink in class. Non si beve in classe. Let's get started. Iniziamo. Where is your book? Dov'è il tuo libro? Where is? Dov'è? Where is your homework? Dove sono i tuoi compiti? So as you might have noticed, here we have dov'è, and here we have dove sono. What's the difference then? So here we're talking about a book, a single object. Here we're talking about homework, but homework in Italian is plural. So you need to conjugate the verb to be according to the subject pronoun. And in this case, it will be they. So, sono, that corresponds to are in English. I hope it's clear. May I sharpen my pencil? Posso appuntare la matita? Sharpen, appuntare. Pencil, matita. This is the list of materials I need in class. It's a long sentence in Italian, I know. Questa è la lista dei materiali di cui ho bisogno in classe. We're gonna repeat it one more time. Questa è la lista dei materiali di cui ho bisogno in classe. Great. Help me understand what you want to say. Aiutami a capire cosa vuoi dire. To understand, capire. We have an exam today. So here we have a lot of options. Why did they put so many options? Actually, it's a pretty interesting fact because exam, the word exam in English, in Italian can be very different according to the school you're attending. For example, if you are in primary school or in middle school, exam is going to be verifica. If you are in high school, exam will be compito in classe. If you are at the university, exam is going to be esame. Okay? So we have an exam today. Oggi, today, abbiamo una verifica, if you are in primary or middle school, un compito in classe, if you are in high school, un esame if you are at the university. Ok? Don't run, non correre. Don't push, non spingere. Non spingere. We have already seen the verb to push when we were talking about shopping, if you remember. We often work in groups. Lavoriamo spesso in gruppi. Often, spesso. I know you can do it. So che puoi farcela. I will figure it out. Troverò un modo. Troverò un modo. How do you feel? Come ti senti? Come ti senti? Do you have friends in this class? Hai degli amici in questa classe? This, questa. The word ends in A because classe is a feminine word. So it needs to match the gender of the word. So questa with an A at the end. Can I copy your homework? That's not a good sentence, but just in case we're gonna add it. Posso copiare i tuoi compiti? To copy, copiare. And that's a very honest answer. No, you can't copy my homework. No, non puoi copiarli. It literally means no, you can copy them, okay? Because it's not that common that someone would say, no, you can copy my homework. No, non puoi copiare i miei compiti. That's way too long. When we can shorten things in Italian, we do it. Is the exam difficult? So here you have once again the three options, if you remember. The three options for the word exam. So, la verifica, il compito in classe, or l'esame è difficile, is difficult. Answer, la verifica, il compito in classe, or l'esame è molto facile. È molto facile is very easy. When does school start? Quando cominciano le lezioni? We would rather say when do the lessons start. When does class finish? Quando finiscono le lezioni? What time is the class? A che ora è la lezione? Class starts at 3. La lezione inizia alle 3. 3. The class ends at 6. La lezione finisce, ends, alle 6. 6. How long is the class? Quanto dura la lezione? How long is quanto dura. The class lasts 2 hours. La lezione dura 2 ore. 2 hours, 2 ore. The class is fun. La lezione è divertente. Fun, divertente. The class is boring, the opposite. La lezione è noiosa. Noiosa with an A at the end because lezione is a feminine word. The class is interesting. La lezione è interessante. Interessante never changes, whether it refers to a masculine or a feminine word. Remember to do the best you can. Ricorda di fare del tuo meglio. A motivational sentence. The teacher is nice. Here you have two options because maybe the teacher is a woman or a man. If it's a man, you're gonna say il professore è gentile. If it's a woman, la professoressa è gentile. Gentile is always gentile, whether it refers to masculine or feminine words. Here you have the difference. For example, the teacher is mean. So once again, if the teacher is a man, il professore è cattivo. If we're talking about a woman, la professoressa è cattiva. Raise your hand if you have a question. Alzate la mano se avete delle domande. It literally means raise your hand if you have some questions. Very good. Molto bene. Silence, please. Silenzio, per favore. Great. Repeat what I say. Ripetete cosa dico. Repeat, ripetete. And here we are referring to a group of people, for example, a group of students in a class. What, cosa, I say, dico. Do you understand the rules? Avete capito le regole? The rules, le regole. Wait your turn. Aspetta il tuo turno. Perfect. Don't run in the hall. That's a very common sentence in Italian schools. Non si corre nel corridoio. The hall is corridoio. Do you know the answer? Here you have two options because maybe the teacher is talking to just one student, or maybe she is asking or he is asking to the same question to the entire class. So in the first case, so if the teacher is talking to just one student, then the teacher would say, sai la risposta? If he or she is talking to the class, sapete la risposta? The answer, la risposta. My favorite subject is math. La mia materia preferita è matematica. Subject, materia. Math, matematica. My favorite subject is English. La mia materia preferita è inglese. English, inglese. As you might have noticed, in Italian we do not place adjectives in front of the noun, but right after it. My favorite subject is PE. La mia materia preferita è educazione fisica. Educazione fisica, PE. My least favorite class is language and literature. La materia che mi piace di meno è lingua e letteratura. La materia che mi piace di meno è lingua e letteratura. So we're getting closer to the end of this lesson. My least favorite class is history. La materia che mi piace di meno è storia. Storia, history. My least favorite class is art. La materia che mi piace di meno è arte. What do you want to study at the university? Cosa vuoi fare all'università? So in Italian we would say, what do you want to do at the university? Cosa vuoi fare all'università? I'm going to study graphic design. Farò graphic design, so you can keep the English words, but you can also use the Italian version. Farò grafica. I study Italian, studio l'italiano. You study IT, studi informatica. I have good grades. Ho dei buoni voti. We have already seen that grade is voto, and this is plural. Grades, voti. And here we have the opposite. You have bad grades. Hai dei brutti voti. It literally means in Italian, you have ugly grades. We actually use ugly. I failed the exam. Here, once again, we have the three options, okay, referring to the word exam in English. I failed, non ho passato, I didn't pass. La verifica, il compito in classe, or l'esame, if you are at the university. I passed the exam, that's good news. Ho passato la verifica, il compito in classe, or l'esame, okay? And here's our last sentence. I haven't studied for the exam tomorrow. So, non ho studiato, I haven't studied, for the, per, la, verifica, or il compito in classe, or l'esame. Tomorrow, di domani. Okay? Great. Congratulations. Complimenti. You have just finished this last lesson. I hope you enjoyed all these lessons about vocabulary and sentences in general. And I'm really proud of what you have done. And I hope you're proud of your progress as well. So I hope to see you soon for other courses. And have a great day. Thank you for being with me. Grazie mille. Ciao.